The rain had been falling since dawn. In the heart of a restless West African city. A place where noise was life. And chaos was the heartbeat. Okon arrived. A bag on his shoulder. Hope in his chest. The cold morning smelled of wet dust and burnt petrol. He stood at the junction. Buses screaming, traders shouting. Music spilling from broken radios. The city did not wait for anyone. It demanded proof, not promises. But Okon was not here to beg the city for space. He was here to carve his name into its walls. Every corner of the city was a story. Men who once dreamed, now swallowed by survival. Women with ambition, now silenced by struggle. Okon watched them carefully. He moved differently. Where others saw problems, he saw patterns. Where others saw poverty, he saw potential. He spent his days helping a shop owner in the old market. A place called Ikmini Junction. A small shop built from rust and memory. The wood creaked, the tin roof leaked. But business flowed like stories told at dusk. Okon would watch customers come and go. Their faces painted with hurry. And he began to notice. The real business wasn't just in selling. It was in understanding people. At night, Okon would sit by the window of his one-room apartment. A candle flickering beside a cracked mirror. He'd scroll through his phone, searching for something more. Then one night, he found it, a podcast titled, "How to Make Money with What You Have." The voice from the podcast spoke with conviction. Money is not what you chase. It's what follows purpose. That line hit him deep. He paused the audio, closed his eyes, and smiled. Because for the first time, he understood. He didn't need to leave his roots to find gold. His roots were gold. The next morning, Okon returned to the market. But this time, he was not the same man. He began studying customers' habits. How they asked, how they bargained, how they trusted. He realized every sale began before money exchanged hands. It began with trust. He started helping the shop owner differently. Greeting each customer like an old friend. Remembering their stories. Making small notes of what they liked. In just a few weeks, sales doubled. But Okon wasn't chasing the shop's success. He was testing a dream. A dream to build something that connected village honesty with urban ambition. But the city is never kind to new dreams. The shop owner grew suspicious. Accused Okon of trying to take over his business. One evening, in the middle of the market, the man shouted, "Go start your own shop if you think you're smarter than me." Laughter rippled through the crowd. Okon stood there, silent. But inside, something was born. Not anger. Not pride. But clarity. He packed his bag that night. And walked through the rain again. Each drop felt like a baptism. Washing away fear. Preparing him for what was next. He found an old kiosk near the bus park. Rusted. Broken. Forgotten. He cleaned it up, painted the wood. And borrowed a few goods to start small. He named it simply, the village shop. People laughed at the name. Who will buy from a village shop in the middle of the city, they mocked. But Okon smiled. He knew something they didn't. People were tired of fakes. Tired of overpriced goods. Tired of the city's fast lies. They missed honesty. They missed home. Slowly, customers came. Not for the goods, but for the feeling. Okon served with respect. Told stories with each sale. And built relationships like they were investments. Every morning before opening, he whispered a prayer. Let this place remind people where they come from. Months passed. The small kiosk became a shop. The shop became a hub. Young men began to gather around, learning from Okon. He taught them not just how to sell, but how to dream. How to see money as a seed, not a harvest. And then, one day, his podcast teacher, the voice that once inspired him, visited the city. Okon attended the seminar and asked to speak. He walked to the microphone and said softly, "I didn't come to the city to survive. I came to plant a legacy. And today, that seed has become a tree." The hall went silent. Everyone leaned in. He continued, "I called it the village shop. Because before you enter any village shop, you remove your pride. You greet the owner, and you buy with respect. That's the business I'm building. One rooted in humanity." Years later, the village shop grew into a movement, training young entrepreneurs across West Africa. Each branch carried the same wooden sign, carved by hand. "Before you enter any village shop, remember who you are." Okon became a legend. Not because he built an empire, but because he built a bridge between where people were running from and what they were running toward. He came to the city under rain. He built his dream under pressure. And when the world asked who he was, he smiled and said, "I am Okon, the boy who turned a village story into a city legacy."